Thanks so much, Mark. And we want to show you something. Does this look like a farm to you? How about this? What about this? Millions of dollars in COVID relief funds went to these residential homes for dozens of agricultural businesses.
Bloomberg News first reported this story. We wanted to dig a bit deeper because as we rebound, it is our commitment to you to track the way people are spending your tax dollars.
5 on your side investigator Sarah Buttison shows us how your money ended up in the wrong hands.
This small house on Forest View Avenue in Euclid doesn't look like it's home to big business or a farm. But the government still approved more than $4 million in pandemic loans for more than 24 companies registered here. Businesses with names like Fresh Ohio Berries, Ohio Natural Beets, and Organic Ohio Broccoli. Businesses that appear to exist only on paper. No surprise to Caroline Saccone.
I think there was a very minimal amount of vetting of any of these loans.
The executive director of Accountable.us, a nonprofit government watchdog group, says the Small Business Administration failed to follow its own rules when it dispersed what are known as economic injury disaster loans.
A lot of the checks that the lenders do or that the agency does, they just didn't do. They opted out of the checks. And the inevitable consequence was an incredible amount of fraud.
Take the Euclid home. It's owned by Zayour Kalantarli, an Azerbaijani immigrant. He's connected to a company that owns this Cleveland home and this South Euclid home. In total, Kalantarli, his family members, and associates registered 72 farming companies at the 3 residential locations this spring. We found they were then approved for pandemic loans and grants totaling nearly $7 million.
There are a lot of people who they're worried about where their next meal is coming from. So I think it's particularly frustrating to see so much waste in a government program.
Since the suspicious Kalantarli loans are just one example. In this report, the Small Business Administration's Inspector General says SBA issued billions of dollars in potentially fraudulent loans. Money Justin Herdman will now work to recover.
Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. I've been doing this long enough to know that it doesn't matter what the event is, there will be people who try to take advantage of it.
The federal prosecutor says 6 people currently face charges in the Northern District of Ohio in different cases, including a Cleveland area father and son. But several investigations are underway, and so are real consequences for crooks who created fake businesses.
They're pretty stupid. I mean, if you think you're not going to get caught doing this, you're wrong.
Zayour Kalantarli and his associates do not currently face any charges. His attorney declined our interview requests, but says a large number of the loans connected to these small homes will have to be paid back.
We also reached out to the Small Business Administration. After all, they approved the loans, but a spokeswoman declined our interview requests, but did send us a statement saying they are working diligently to resolve all fraud incidents. I'm 5 on Your Side investigator Sarah Buttison.